Welcome. Isn't it nice to be back home?
Yeah.
It is.
It is?
It's great.
What do you miss most about Montclair? Is there a restaurant? Is there something? Is there a hangout? Is there an area? Anywhere when you come back, did you go and visit?
Well, I like the Watchung Deli, of course, but...
Yeah. So you're both born and bred Montclairites, correct?
Yes.
I wasn't born here, but I was bred here.
Okay. What are some of your immediate memories, some of your best memories of living in Montclair? What elements, when people ask you about Montclair, what you love and how it's different, and, it's New Jersey, I don't know if I want to go to New Jersey. What do you say? I mean, you don't get defensive, obviously, because you've lived here, but...
I get really defensive.
Do you?
No, a little bit, because people make fun of New Jersey, and it's not very nice. And they have an idea about it, I think, from like driving on the turnpike or something.
Yeah.
And it really has nothing to do with what Montclair actually is and what it feels like to be here. And so, yeah, I mean, especially something like this. It's like people are ragging on Montclair in New Jersey, but they don't have a film festival.
Exactly.
Wherever they're from.
Yeah, I mean, I really just felt like a very creative place when I was a kid. I don't know, you could do whatever you want, pretty much. It's beautiful and an incredibly diverse state. There's endless amounts of sort of different types of people to see and observe, and as an actor, I guess that's a good thing.
So Montclair has become this sort of cultural and media melting pot, as we've referenced, over the past decade. And you can barely walk down the street without bumping into a producer or a director or a television executive or a film star. Were you aware of this creative energy growing up here? And do you think in any way, shape or form it had an impact on the fact that you're sat here being celebrated for being two of the most exciting people working in the arts today, by any chance? Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I think it was pretty fundamental to who I am as a person now, really. I don't know what it's like anymore, but there was a lot of theater. There was 12 Miles West, which was over at the Claridge. There was Luna Stage, which was on Walnut Street, and it moved over to Bloomfield Avenue. They're not here anymore. Serendipity was a big part of my life growing up, going to Serendipity, performing at Serendipity. There was a lot of outlets to be creative in that way, and it was great.
Yeah, I think, there was always a lot of sort of, theater and music and art in all forms happening in Montclair. And in addition to that, sort of being aware of or knowing that people that you maybe went to school with, that their parents actually had jobs doing these kinds of things, I think is something that is really special about Montclair. And when I was in graduate school, I went to school with some people that grew up in towns where nobody in the entire town ever had a job in the arts, like an actual job. And to just be surrounded by that and know that it's a possibility, I think makes an impression on a young person.